The deal as it was constructed. The Milwaukee Bucks, they get Damian Lillard. The Portland Trail Blazers, they receive Drew Holiday, DeAndre Ayton, Toumani Camara, a 2029 Bucks first-round pick, and a 2029 Bucks first-round pick swap. The Phoenix Suns, who are the third team by this deal, they get Yusuf Nurkic, they get Nasir Little, they get Keon Johnson, and they get Grayson Allen. So the Bucks, who are in win-now mode, they get Damian Lillard. The Blazers receive a bunch of assets, including the former number one pick in the draft in DeAndre Ayton. And the Suns move Ayton in favor of multiple pieces. This was a team that needed rotation pieces, and they got a few of them in this deal. So that's the deal as it was constructed. So let's take it team by team here. And let's start with Milwaukee, which had the best record in the Eastern Conference last year, number one seed in the Eastern Conference. They were the favorite, Rohan, going into this season with Drew Holiday on the roster, with that roster as it was constructed. Now, they get Damian Lillard, one of the best fourth quarter performers out there. And they add him to a rotation that still includes Giannis Antetokounmpo, that still includes Chris Middleton, that still includes Brook Lopez, and still includes Bobby Portis, who is a key piece, whether it's as a starter or off the bench. This, to me, feels like a home run. This is Jon Horst for the second time in 3 years, taking a big swing. Before, he took a big swing at Drew Holiday, depleted some draft capital, gave up some assets, gets Drew Holiday from New Orleans. That helps that team win a championship. Now, he gets Damian Lillard, a all-NBA guard, still elite at 33 years old, to become the number two option on that team behind Giannis. This went from a team, Rohan, that had Giannis and guys that were kind of number two options. Remember, Chris Middleton was often considered like the weakest number two option that was out there. Now they get Damian freaking Lillard as their number two option, Chris Middleton as their de facto number three. I love this deal in every possible way for the Milwaukee Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks, already a favorite, just got a lot stronger. What say you?
I could not agree more. There's, like you said, there's so many ways to say that this trade's a home run for Milwaukee. Number one, where does Milwaukee struggle the most? Half-court offense. A big reason for that is Drew Holiday is not a consistent offensive performer. You substitute him for Damian Lillard. Boom, your half-court offense is fixed. You have another great pick-and-roll option for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Number two, you mentioned the Drew Holiday trade. If you think back to the fall of 2020, the Bucks, they lose in the second round to the Miami Heat. Giannis, there's all these questions that summer. Is he going to re-sign? Is he going to take an extension? They trade for Drew. What does Giannis do? He re-ups. What's Giannis doing this summer? He says, I want to know if the Bucks are committed to winning a championship. Not only do they acquire Damian Lillard for this year and make them arguably the title favorites in the entire league, not just the conference, Lillard is under contract for 4 years. That's a sign to Giannis. We're committed to paying the salary requisite to being a championship contender, and now that might be enough, frankly, to convince Giannis to stay. And beyond that, not only do they acquire Dame, they acquire him over their chief rival in the Eastern Conference, the Miami Heat, who've knocked them out 2 times in the last 3 years, kind of been the reason why they've gone after some of these names and moves. And look at the rest of the East. I don't think Philly has gotten, markedly better in a way that scares anybody in that conference. Boston, I think a lot of people would say, has gotten worse. The Heat, I think, are at best the same as the team that was struggling in the play-in last year. I think this puts Milwaukee a cut above the rest of the Eastern Conference. And again, you look at what the Nuggets were able to do with Jamal and Nikola Jokic. I think you have to put the Bucks with Middleton as part of that trio right up there with them. Do they have depth concerns? Yes, they were a little thin already before this trade. I'm not a big Grayson Allen fan. I think if you ask Bucks fans, they're not necessarily thrilled when he's on the court in the playoffs. So this to me is, like you said, a home run on every single level for Milwaukee. Not only because of what it does for them right now, but if you can make a trade that convinces Giannis to stay, that alone is worth making the move.
Of course it is. This is the double whammy of it all, right? This is why Jon Horst, the GM of the Bucks, is out there playing like three-dimensional chess when everybody else is playing checkers. It's unbelievable. Not only does he get Damian Lillard, which is going to help this team win a championship this year and the years to come, he also does the best possible thing he can do to get Giannis's name on the contract. I saw the video going around social media. Was it from this past All-Star or the year before, where Giannis, who as a captain got to draft first in the All-Star draft, his first pick was Damian Lillard. He picked Damian Lillard first. I saw a video that Damian Lillard did for GQ where he was asked the one player that could help him win a championship. It was Giannis Antetokounmpo. Like, these guys have been wanting to play with each other for a number of years now. Now they get it, and it's not just for 1 year. That's another part of this, too. Jrue Holiday was going to be a free agent after this year. Damian Lillard's under contract for the next 4 years. Giannis has 2 years left in his deal. He can extend, I believe, now, or he can extend next summer. Who knows what he's thinking at that moment. But if Jon Horst was going to do anything to ensure that Giannis was on this team long term, this was going to be it. And here we go. Let's pour one out again for all the teams out there that were keeping their powder dry for Giannis Antetokounmpo. That includes you, Miami. Like, you were one of those teams. Whether it was Giannis or Joel Embiid, that was waiting to see if this guy was going to become available, and then you use these assets to go and get him. That's what you're doing. That's what the New York Knicks have been doing. Other teams have been doing the exact same thing. That is now most likely off the table. As long as Lillard is still Lillard, I think he's going to be at least for next year. There's no reason for Giannis to leave. All he's motivated by is winning championships. Now he has Damian Lillard, Chris Middleton, Brook Lopez, and a GM that knows what the hell he's doing, that knows how to build a championship team. Jon Horst is like the new Pat Riley. Like, this is who he is. Like, you know what? I'm just saying. He has been masterful. He's running. Hold on. Rohan, he is running a small market team. He's running a team in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and he has put together another championship roster around Giannis. It has been brilliant. And all these other teams out there, not only do you not get Dame, but you have to live with the reality now that more likely than not, Giannis is off the table. Like,
that's
why it's a pill to swallow, man.